Hey, it's Dietary with ExcuseProof Fitness here in part 2 in an ongoing series of how to stick to a diet. In the last video, I talked about the importance of your mindset and how you approach a diet. This is absolutely critical to get right from the start. That means you approach diet from making it a lifestyle. So if you haven't checked out that video, be sure to go back and watch it. Now in this video, I'm going to be covering how you can actually start to change your habits, even if these habits you've had with you for almost your entire life. Keep in mind, for the first half of my life, I ate junk food all the time, fast food constantly, and I completely did a 180 and shifted to being a fairly avid health food enthusiast. But it's not just about changing your habits, it's learning how to change your habits effectively without constantly trying to force it. This idea of having to force and struggle and use all your willpower to make a change, that's almost always gonna fail. First technique is the foundation for which we're gonna use in the later very powerful exercises that I'm about to reveal in future videos. Now the first step to change is awareness. Awareness, or mindfulness if you want to call it that, is something that is necessary to get you out of the autopilot sort of mode that most of us are operating in our day-to-day lives. A lot of times someone will, let's say, pig out and eat something, and then they'll look back later and be like, what was I doing? What was I thinking? They'll tell themselves that I'm just gonna have one bite, and next thing they know, they've gone through an entire tub of ice cream or whatever it is. And this is what happens when a person is not practicing mindfulness or awareness and they're just operating on autopilot, or they're letting their habits run their life. So here's how you practice mindfulness or awareness and get into the technique. All you need to do is start to consciously notice your thoughts and your feelings throughout the day whenever it comes to your diet, making dietary decisions, even just when you're thinking about your diet. Now the very important thing here is that you're just observing at this moment. You're not trying to change anything, you're not trying to stop yourself from doing anything. So if you see a bunch of cookies and you just feel like you can't help yourself, you gotta have them, go ahead and have them. At this point, all you're doing is noticing what comes up inside of your body. You don't judge it as right or wrong. It's just being a curious observer of yourself and what's going on internally. The reasons why mindfulness or awareness works is you have to bring yourself to the present moment. And most of the time we're not in the present moment. We're thinking about the future, we're thinking about the past, or we're just sort of running on autopilot, not really giving much conscious thought to what we're doing. And well over 90% of our behavior is not made with conscious thought. It's just done habitually. So by practicing awareness, you're gonna start to break that cycle. And the key word here is practice. It's not going to happen instantaneous the first time you try it. On a daily basis, you'll have to continually remind yourself to be aware, to be mindful. One of the benefits of practicing mindfulness or awareness is that just this practice alone is enough for many people to break old habits and start to make changes. If you did nothing else but start to practice awareness throughout your day and just noticing all the thoughts and feelings that come up inside of you whenever you're making decisions and whenever you're going just throughout your normal day-to-day business, you would start to notice some significant changes start to take place in your life. Once you've been doing this for a couple days, you'll start to get better, and this is an ongoing practice. This never really ends. This is the key, one of the most effective foundational things to making change in any area of your life. But for now, start to apply this to your diet, and then stay tuned for a future video in the series where we're going to be taking your results from this and really supercharging the change that you can make in your diet. So be sure to subscribe to this channel, and if you'd like to get more health and fitness tips, visit ExcuseProof.com, download a free survival guide with a lot of my best strategies. Also check out on Amazon my book, How to Stick to a Diet. You can go to ExcuseProof.com/diet. Finally, leave a comment, let me know what your biggest obstacles are, and I can address it in a future video on how to stick to a diet.